Okay, welcome everybody. You found your way. That's good. You're looking at me right here on YouTube, probably YouTube, Patreon, or Twitter. Welcome. Thank you for coming. First of all, please join us on Patreon. We are Crypto Mike 01 on Patreon. On YouTube, Crypto Space Mike 9000. On Twitter, it's Crypto Mike is Crypto M 988-638-66. Twitter's a mouthful. I know. Just bear with me. I get a shorter handle as we get going. We just got wrapped. This got a lot going on. All right. So yesterday we talked about NFL star quarterback Aaron Rodgers, paid in Bitcoin, taking some of his pay in Bitcoins. Very exciting news. Very, very exciting news. But today it's even better. Today we find out, it's been announced that Aaron Rodgers is teaming up with Cash App. It's a partnership, and what they're going to do is they're going to give away some Bitcoin. Okay, you need to follow Cash App on Twitter, and there's a few hoops you got to jump through. If you to sign up, you got to add your tag in. It's not a big deal, but look it up. Go to Cash App. Sign up for the Aaron Rodgers BTC giveaway. It's awesome. I'm going to give away some Bitcoin to people. It's perfect. What Rodgers is doing and what Cash App is doing is exactly what we need. Get the word out, facilitate adoption, get more people using and interacting with Bitcoin. That's exactly what we need. Okay? It's good news. Good job, Aaron. Good job, Cash App. Jack, you know the guy. Okay. The fake Satoshi trial started today down in Miami. It's called the fake Satoshi trial because a bunch of fake Satoshis are going to court. To start, the Bitcoin court battle has started. It's Ira Kleinman against Craig Wright. You know who he is. He's the one been suing all over the place trying to say he's Satoshi. I'm not going to say if he is or isn't. I have my doubts. If you say he's not Satoshi, he sues you. So I'm not going to actually say that. Yeah. Kleinman says, so Wright says he is Satoshi. All right. Has some high profile court battles on this topic already. Kleinman, on the other hand, says his brother David was the Bitcoin co-founder. Kleinman's brother David is no longer with us. He's passed, so we can't hear from him directly. It's going to be interesting. It's going to go on for a while. So the Satoshi stash, as we refer to it, the Satoshi stash, it has 1.1 million Bitcoin in it. It's got a value as of today of $69.4 billion, okay, in US dollars, or as we call it, fake fiat money. That's the way to say it, I think, but we'll just say 69.4 billion. Big number, okay? Hasn't moved in years. I don't think it's ever moved. Okay, this is a civil trial. It's a civil trial. It's expected to last 3 weeks down there in Miami. So you'll be hearing a lot about this. I'm not gonna give you a video on this every day. Maybe a quick update if something exciting happens or interesting happens. We'll certainly wrap it up for you at the end. It'd probably be an interesting video just on this topic at the end when it's over. We'll wrap up what happened, arguments, and of course what the result is. Don't expect much here. Okay. I would say just my opinion. Okay, if Mr. Wright, if you are Satoshi and you want that Bitcoin, just go take it. What are the chances the real Satoshi doesn't have his keys? I mean, my goodness. Beginner Bitcoiner knows not your keys, not your coins, right? I don't want to be too hard on the guy. Don't know him. Just know him from his lawsuits. I guess he sues a lot. Spends a lot of time in court. Sues a lot of people. So anyway, if you want that, Mr. Wright, just go ahead and take it. Use your keys and take your Bitcoin. All right, next up, the U.S. Treasury releases its stablecoin risk and regulation report. All right, This is a report a lot of people have been waiting for. Not me. It's very boring, very dry. But it's important. The report highlights concerns about runs on stablecoin reserves. And the report suggests very strict oversight is required. Now, people in the Bitcoin and decentralization space don't want to hear about very strict oversight from a big government like the United States. That sounds scary to us. Scary, truly scary to us. We don't need that. Stable coins, this is the next step is, the CBDCs. I'm not really interested in those. Next piece of information today is exciting. Metaverse project of the Sandbox has raised $93 million in funding from SoftBank and others. Big news. Identity thieves have exploited, news report today, identity thieves have exploited El Salvador's Chivo Bitcoin wallets in the setup process. So I guess this happens in the setup process. People are using fake photos and they're trying to do an identity thief scam. Now listen, when it comes to all things Bitcoin and crypto and wallets and mining and everything, and YouTube videos and WhatsApp, there's scammers everywhere. Lots and lots of people. As Bitcoin goes up, and it's going to keep going up, up, and up, more and more of these scammers are going to come out of the woodwork trying to steal your money. They don't want your money. They want your Bitcoin. That's what they want, your Bitcoin. Probably your Ethereum too. Probably your Cardano and your Solana, but Chainlink, but mostly your Bitcoin they want. All right, today, Bitcoin retakes 63,000, broke right through that. Other top gainers on the day, Polkadot, Chainlink, and Litecoin. Three other ones I like. Have small amounts of all three. All today, good news. Unconfirmed reports that the United States will approve the Grayscale spot ETF as the first spot ETF. Not going to happen in 2021. Best we can hope for is sometime in 2022. Now that, I say big news all the time. And to me it is, and hopefully it is to you guys, but this is big news. Once the Grayscale or some other one turns into a real spot Bitcoin ETF, then we're going to see a lot more adoption from institutions, big pension funds, things like that. Going to drive the price up. And like I say, I'm not all about the money. It's not just about the money in any way. But for me, the higher it goes, the more people who are going to get interested and are going to drive adoption, and it's going to get bigger and better, and Bitcoin can take over the world like it's supposed to and change the financial system, change the whole world for the better. Bitcoin can fix almost everything, I'm telling you right now. It's just huge. You got to spend a lot of time studying it. I'm going to do some more videos, get people more interested in Bitcoin, not just about price action. There's so much more to it. It can change the whole world. It already has, and it is, and it will. And to talk about it as it happens is very exciting for me. I hope for you guys. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm going to do a lot more of that. So, unconfirmed that Grayscale will be the first spot Bitcoin ETF. And it will be a convert GBTC over to the Bitcoin spot ETF. So if you're in GBTC, right, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, if you're in there and for some reason you don't want to be in a spot ETF, I guess you're going to have to get out before that happens. I don't know why you wouldn't want to just be in the ETF. Most people are in GBTC because it's the closest thing to a Bitcoin spot ETF in the USA. But that's what they're looking to do, to turn GBTC into the ETF, the spot ETF for Bitcoin. That is a good idea. I'm very much behind that. I hope it happens. KuCoin is launching the KuCoin Fiat account. It's going to give global users the ability to deposit USD into KuCoin using credit card or debit card, then purchase crypto. Now, I know other people have already done this, but this is exciting, big news for KuCoin. And Wish them well. I haven't used them yet. Looked into them. Hear mostly good things. So this is really good news. We're happy for them. BitMEX announced they have a new offset. They have now offset emissions caused by all Bitcoin transactions to and from their platform. All right, we're going to have a few things to say about this. BitMEX announced they have now offset all emissions from Bitcoin transferring on and off their platform. On and off. Okay. That's good. Sounds great. I'm all for that. No problem. Sometimes you got to watch these guys, though. BitMEX says this was done by purchasing 7,110 tons, 7,110 tons of CO2 carbon credits worth US $100,000. That's $100,000 of United States fake fiat money for anyone who's not into Bitcoin, didn't understand that. So, the 7,110 tons of CO2 carbon credits is going to cover them all the way through 2022. All right, not buying the whole thing. I'm a huge environmentalist, but I'm a real environmentalist. I like the idea of planting trees, not polluting. You know, we all want clean air and water, but you know, there's been carbon credit scams before. I'm not calling this a scam. This is legit. I've already double-checked the article. They did it the right way. They did the right thing. BitMEX, it's all set as far as I'm concerned. If you are okay with carbon credits in the first place. But lots of scams, especially early on, many years ago. If you remember Al Gore, many years ago, 20 years ago now, you know, they had wrote the book, had the movie, Planet's Got a Cold Fever, whatever it is. And then he went into the business of selling fake credits or something like this. I don't remember the whole story, but it was a lot of it was BS, and I just don't like that. I don't want it. You don't just get to pay some money. As far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be able to just pay some money and then pollute, do whatever you want. In this case, though, we already know most people in the Bitcoin space are greenies. They don't want to pollute. They all want clean air, clean water, fresh, clean food, soil. Of course, we all want that. I would put us in the category of real environmentalists, though. You know what I mean? I'm not saying there's not a place for the carbon credits, CO2 offsets. I'm not saying there's no place for it. It has to be done right. It has to be done on the up and up. All right? Sometimes there's just so much room for scams. And again, I'm going to actually end by saying this to you guys again. Beware of people trying to get your Bitcoin. Any other coins too, but keep your coins, keep your keys safe, keep your coins safe. If you use an exchange, just use the ones that you vet first and make sure they're safe and they're okay. And don't give anything to anybody. Don't trust anyone. Don't ever trust me. I'm never going to ask you for anything. I'll ask you to join us on Patreon, maybe. That's about it. I'll never ask you for your Bitcoin. I'll never ask you to join me on WhatsApp. I'll never ask you to call me. I'll never call you. When people doing this, especially this new WhatsApp thing, the scammers are out in force. As Bitcoin gets bigger and better, the scammers are going to get bigger and better. And more people are from scamming other sectors are going to come into this one and start to scam. Be careful. There's a lot of people getting to be victims of fraud. Don't want it to be you guys, okay? Keep your coins safe, keep your keys safe. Keep your devices safe. If you have any kind of substantial amount of cryptos, especially Bitcoin, maybe just have a certain computer dedicated for just that one thing. So you're not just surfing the internet for the weather forecast. The next thing you're buying and selling cryptos, you're checking on your stash, and don't use the same computer for email. Keep everything separate. Use different exchanges, spread it out. Keep what you really need, what you can't lose, keep it offline. Cold card. You could use a Tracer. There's a lot to do. We'll do some videos on all that. But for now, just please remember, I'd like to see you guys all with me on Patreon. Okay, patreon.com. We are Crypto Mike 01 on Patreon. So please come on over and show your support. On YouTube, we're Crypto Space Mike 9000. On Twitter, most people find me on Twitter. On Twitter, Crypto M988-63866. Okay, and when you use that handle, that's Crypto Mike. That's me. There's thousands of other people. Crypto Mike. Crypto's popular. Mike is one of the more popular names. There's a lot of Crypto Mikes out there. Okay, come find us. Just remember, please, everyone, stay happy, stay healthy, keep stacking those sats.